Hello, my name is Viti Javia, and today I would like to talk to you about children and their lack of rights. Progress is what all of humanity is based upon. Over decades and generations, we as humans have evolved not only physically but socially as a society. We have learned and grown through our previous mistakes from the days of slavery and unfair treatment of other human beings to our present. So why is it that we are overlooking such a huge similar injustice to innocent children? Why is it that we can start a whole war against enslavement of another race, but we cannot protect the rights of young children all over the world? From the moment of birth, all human beings have rights. Laws are placed that protects those rights. No one can take away the rights of individuals given to him or her at birth. This same this same law applies to children as well. Children who are defenseless, underdeveloped, mentally and physically, and helpless. Millions of children worldwide are mistreated, misused, and taken advantage of. Children are vulnerable, defenseless, and are not able to function without aid of a responsible adult. The laws placed by the United Nations to protect these children, who are the future of our world, are not effective, and additional support funds and collaboration of the rest of the world are needed. I would like to urge you to open your eyes and help to stop innocent children from suffering and join the movement to give these children a voice that has been taken away from them. Because if child abuse is not stopped, it will become one of the fastest growing epidemics. Children around the world are being taken advantage of their innocence, and these children are vulnerable and are misused to perform unspeakable acts in most cases. These are taken captive to be soldiers, sex slaves, and child laborers. Even though laws have been passed by the UN which prohibits recruitment of soldiers under the age of 18 and accepted by about 128 countries, children are at more risk of being recruited than before. More than half a million children under the age of 10 have been recruited into armed forces in more than 85 countries worldwide, according to the coalitions to stop the use of child soldiers. Recent article featured on Human Rights Watch states nowhere is safe for children in Somalia. They face horrific abuses, including forced recruitment as soldiers, forced marriage and rape, being used as human shields, and planning attacks on their own schools for recruitment purposes by Al-Shabaab. The LRA of Uganda abducted over 14,000 children and brutally disciplining them into being soldiers, servants, or in the case of many girls, sex partners, according to World Vision of Uganda. Children are often ordered to ambush their own communities, to loot food, abduct more children, and terrorize people. If they refuse, they die. If they submit, they kill. A book published by Human Rights Watch, You'll Learn Not to Cry, states even after U.S. government assisted the government of Colombia with over $80 million to prohibit recruitment of children, the laws are not enforced to protect these children. And these recruitments by army of rebels are forcibly and brainwashing them by means of drugs or mentally and physically incapacitating them if they refuse. An article published in Human Rights Watch writes, Abducted girls are assigned cooking, cleaning, and other domestic duties in the camps. Al-Shabaab uses girls as young women not only for support for combat operations but also for rape and forced marriages to fighters. According to the story told by an abducted child by a rebel state, he was forced to kill his own grandfather with a rock, forced to cook and eat a human child, and beaten brutally for refusing an order. You'll Learn Not to Cry, a book written by Human Rights Watch, also states at least one of every 4 irregular combats in Colombia's civil war is under 18 years of old. Child labor is another cruel act performed by many adults in third world countries. As the population grows, the poverty levels grow, and as a result, children from poor backgrounds are forced into child labor. An article published in Hindustan Times, a well-known and accredited newspaper in India, mentions voiceless 5,000 in fancy stores or exported out of the country, children who put in 12-hour workdays to make designer clothes and sparkly shoes that are often sold overseas. According to the UNICEF, there are estimated 250 million children aged 5 to 14 in child labor worldwide. Child labor accounts for 22% of workforce in Asia, 32% in Africa, 17% in Latin America, 1% in US, Canada, Europe, and other wealthy nations. Article 32 of the Convention of Right of a Child states parties recognize the rights of child to protect from economic spoliation and from performing any work that is likely to be hazardous or to interfere with child's education or to be harmful to the child's health or physical, mental, spiritual, moral, or social development is illegal. Beginning in 1997, a similar cooperative effort with the ILO and the NGO Save the Child achieved another important breakthrough. The process of getting children out of the soccer ball stitching industry and into education programs in Pakistan. This model has since been applied in other industries and countries. However, it is not followed through. The public has a major role to play in fight against child labor, says Bhuban Ribu of the New Delhi-based Global March Against Child Labor, which leads the campaign against underage working in subcontinent. They need to learn more about who makes the products they buy and support organizations with programs to stop child labor, raise funds, join campaigns, and talk to friends to make more people aware of the seriousness of these issues. In conclusion, I would like to tell you children are the future caretakers of our world. To take advantage of their innocence and make them perform unspeakable acts should be punished to the severe extent and stopped at all cost. All children should be taken care of with proper and adequate guidance and should be trained to make the world a better place with peace and not guns in their adolescent hands. Thank you very much for listening to my speech.